Hello viewers, welcome in another episode, and it will be very interesting episode with plenty of models from various times, various manufacturers, and this is a proper video with all those models I got from Michael recently, those from Random Act of Kindness parcel from the short not so long ago. It should be this video should be posted yesterday, but I was interrupted multiple times. I was recording Polish version and English version, and in both situations I was interrupted, so I was stopping, I was recording again, and then I tried to like merge all those videos, montage proper film, and I discovered I recorded some horizontally and some vertically, and it is not so good, to combine those. It wasn't worth publishing, so I decided I will just delete those and I will make another video, and here we are. But before I will start talking about those 31 cars, you can see 30, there is one above those, it's like cherry on the top. I want to say a few words, more than few words, a few sentences about our hobby and how important it is to realize our hobby is not only, those toxic people, scalpers, shortage of models, etc., toxic atmosphere. Yes, that's true. It happens as well. But for me, the most important part is those beautiful, fantastic people we will meet, which will help us develop, which sometimes direct us, even without saying anything, into new territories, into new brands. Some of those we will meet face to face, some of those we will not. I never met Michael face to face. I wish one day we will meet. That would be something fantastic. I'm looking to it. But it is what it is. Anyway, Michael had huge impact on me as collector. I started watching his channel. Sadly, he deleted his channel. I hope he will back. Michael, please come back. We really need you. Just look at those cars, how many brands, how many interesting cars. And that's just tiny part of what Michael had, and there is huge knowledge about all those brands and cars above, so it's just perfect combination. I really miss your videos, Michael. And it was at the beginning of when I discovered there is something more than just Hot Wheels. I discovered more premium brands, more modern brands, as in video with Inno 64 Skyline, the Midnight Purple Chameleon one, as well as more obscure and very interesting brands and cars, which I always loved. I love those old forgotten concept cars, unusual, weirdos, etc. So Michael was like guiding light towards those cars and brands. And this is very important. Sometimes we, as I said, we will meet those people, we will speak with them. Sometimes we are just watching what they are making on YouTube. We are reading their comments, and we are learning. We are exploring new directions. That's very important, and I think scalpers and other toxic things, that's one of part, but we should cherish that good side of our hobby, those fantastic people we are watching their videos, they are commenting on our videos. You know, it's just fantastic, beautiful ecosystem. There are pests as well, but that's minority. We tend to concentrate on bad things often, but we shouldn't. We should really cherish all those fantastic people who share similar values, or even if they don't share similar values, they help us to develop as collectors. But enough about people. Let's come back to models. We will start with the only fantasy cars here. It's fantasy car, but it's beautiful fantasy car. I love it. It's Hot Wheels. It's a sprint car from 2001. If my information is correct, this is from 4-pack, and there was 3 other version of sprint car. It's beautiful fantasy car. Not that much fantasy car, because if I'm correct, it was based on those crazy cars racing on oval tracks. It's very unusual when we compare it to modern Hot Wheels, main lines or something similar. It's way better, because look, we have steering wheel, even engine. Look, we have engine, you see, exhaust manifolds merging beautifully into proper exhaust, rubber tires, and those wheels are very, very nice as well. Another Hot Wheels, Ford GT 90 something. I love so much concept car. It's made in China, same as this one, but it's metal. And Ford GT 90, that's concept car from 1995. It was presented on Detroit Motor Show in 1995, or Auto Show. And we often have concept cars without engine, without working engine. This one, oh my gosh, the engine was more than 700 bhp, monster. And you know, looking at this, you would rather believe this is a model of real car, maybe crazy one, maybe made in you know, garage, and this is fantasy car. No, this is real car concept. Something we know better, especially now. Matchbox did a really fantastic job with Alfa Romeo Giulia Sprint GTA 1965. Beautiful line, those wheels are perfect for it. Beautiful front and beautiful rear, and I love that green registration plate. Okay, we have here something which is connected to Alfa Romeo. Beautiful car, probably the newest of all I received, but it is very nice anyway. I will accept Anne Alfa Romeo, so you know, that's what I am. The only no name, so-called no name car, because there is no manufacturer there, we know it's from made in Hong Kong, so it's old one, because it's not made in China, it's made in Hong Kong. And this is one of those brands I really love, and my collection is growing with Ferraris, because this is Ferrari. This is Ferrari 312P. Beautiful shape. It's just amazing how beautiful those racing Ferraris were. It was Group 6, if I remember correctly, and it was racing at the end of 1960s, 1969, 1970. something not too far away. Ferrari 512S, bigger brother, similar time, you know, on the tracks. I think it retired from, you know, the Ferrari official teams in 1972, if my memory isn't wrong. Beautiful color. Look at those beauties. And another concept car or a test car, and another very interesting manufacturer, Mercedes-Benz C111 Wankel. So in this one there was Wankel engine, but Mercedes used it as test bed for other engines, including diesel and turbocharged petrol engines. Beautiful model. It has, you know, that it's not exactly shaped as a C111, but it's close enough. But there is such fantastic vibe of vintage toy, vintage model. I just love it. And you know, it's not that bad. Look, rubber tires, metal. It's very, very heavy, really heavy. You would be surprised looking at the size of it. Okay, it's metal, but it's so heavy. And a little bit about manufacturer, Speedy. Made in Italy. It's not only made in Italy, but Speedy or Mercury Speedy, that's Italian company. Much older than Hot Wheels, much older, because the company started in Torino in 1932. Yes, 1932. Sadly, they finished making anything in 1980. But if you think that's the only Speedy, no, because we have this beautiful Porsche Carrera 6 or Porsche 906 from Speedy. Again, rubber tires. Beautiful car, beautiful model. Fantastic history behind it as well. It's a 2-liter flat 6. Plenty of successes mid 1960s. And then look at both of those models. They are almost half century old, and they look so good. We have another Porsche 906 or Carrera 6, Corgi Juniors with wheels, cute narrow wheels. Again, that fantastic shape, you know, silhouette. And we have engine, we can open it. And look how well it's made, you know. We have acrylic here, but we have plastic with those cutouts for part of the engine to come out. Another Corgi Junior, Mercedes-Benz 280 SL, beautiful classic. And a very nice interior. I will speed up a little bit because we have many cars and some of those have really interesting histories about cars and manufacturers. So with some of those I will just present and go to the next one. This one is old Matchbox, Leslie Matchbox, Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow 2. It's not silver. That's not the my first one. I have at least one. I think I have two, but this is best condition I have, and I love it. So with this one now, I will be tempted to restore the older ones and maybe repaint Imagine this one, red one and green one beside. Yes. Another cool British classic, another Corgi, Jaguar A-Type, and this is something like RLC. Look, I can open bonnet, so it's as good as RLC. I think I will buy RLC at some point because I love Jaguar E-Type. Maybe that's not my favorite Jaguar ever, but still I love it. And now there is British car I was dreaming about. Aston Martin Lagonda. You don't imagine how I suffered when I discovered I can buy those cars quite cheap. At similar price, Johnny Lightning, because this is Johnny Lightning, are sold those days. And then I discovered that shipping would cost few times more, and on top of that, if I order it from USA, I will have to pay VAT, which made it just so expensive it wasn't worth. So I was just thinking, okay, I will never get it. Maybe one day I will get it. Probably it will be in very rough shape. If I will be lucky, I will get one in very rough shape. And Michael made such fantastic gift. That silhouette, that's one of the coolest those luxury sport GT tourers ever. I understand for some people that silhouette could be like, oh man, that's nothing interesting. For me, that's one of the most beautiful, coolest GT tourer ever. And there is even very interesting history behind it. Because, it was in production for a very, very long time. From 1978 to 1990. And there was 4 series. The first series wasn't looking like this. Looking at first version of Lagonda, it was very similar to a previous car, to Aston Martin V8. I will go just a little bit ahead, but Aston Martin V8 was, similar to this Maserati 3500 GT. Then it was second series. I think this is second series because there was third series as well, which looks identical, almost identical from outside, but they didn't even make 100 of those. So I think that's second series. And then there was fourth series, which is again similar in shape, but the front is different. Indicators are not here. Indicators are on the bumpers, and we have 3 regular headlamps, not just 2, 3. And what else? Michael, I really love you. You just, my dream came true. That's what I want to say. And you know what's funny? It's not only my dream, because in short, my Polish short, there is someone similar age to me. He already asked me, he apologized, for even asking. But that's one of his dream cars, and he asked me if, maybe somehow we can manage so he will get it. So I wrote, sadly, no, because that's my dream car. But if I will ever find another one, I will just send him the second one. Cool car and cool brand pliart. Something you will not find in Ireland. It's sometimes, there's very, very low chance to find player models. And the car itself, Alfa Romeo P33, that's very cool car. Okay, it's just one of its concept. And it was made in just one piece. It was presented in 1968 on Turin Auto Show. Designers Paolo Martini and Pininfarina. And when you think, oh, that's very cool, P33 is part of bigger family, the Alfa Romeo 33. And there was another cool one. I have it, I don't remember if it's Matchbox or Corgi, I think it's Matchbox. Alfa Romeo Carabao, which debuted again, it was debuted in same year, 1968 in Paris. And designers Gandini and Berton. And if you look at both of those cars, you wouldn't even probably think those are based on same model, because Carabao was not open cockpit like this one. But this is very cool model, and then it's very cool brand. It's from the Hong Kong, as you can see. It's older than Hot Wheels, not much, but it is older, because that company started in 1965 and sadly it went bankrupt in 1983. I showed you this beautiful Maserati 3500 GT. Its engine, it's 3.5 liters, so that's some giveaway. 166 scale penny. I will start with penny. I won't tell you too much about brand apart from it's from Italy, but there is much more behind these penny models than just this brand, because penny models, that's type of toys, very old type of toys. The history of penny models, that's end of 19th century, 1880, something like that. Of course, it wasn't just about cars then. No, I'm not crazy. I am crazy, but I'm not that crazy. It was more about teen toys like horse cart with horses, or some other toys, like soldiers, etc. And the name penny is because sellers were buying those like in bigger batches, and they were selling those with much profit. That's why it's called penny models. So it's very cool. Someone made company making those metal die-cast cars and honored that history. And by the way, those penny models, that's mostly related to Germany. But it wasn't only Germany, it was in UK as well, and in Italy. Looking at this, I think in Italy that was thing as well. But back to Maserati itself. It's beautiful gold. Even, the paint job is not perfect. It's still very cool. I love those wheels. It's metal. It's very old. We can open door, and the model itself is very interesting as a model, because look at steering wheel. It's proper steering wheel, but it's part of the casting. It's not just plastic interior. That's something unusual. And there is something else, because we have two-tone interior. We have carpets, and those carpets are just metal. It's not like they just put another plastic. No, they just put plastic. It's not like they could. It's designed that way. They don't need to cut anything, and because metal bottom, we have this really interesting thing. And a little bit more about car itself. So Maserati 3500 GT or Tipo 101. It was made in two versions. This one GT Coupe, and there was Spider as well. As I said, 3.5 liter engine V6, and it was made like 7 years, 1957, 1964. Another Maserati. I know Michael loves it, I know Aurel loves it. Citroën Maserati, or Citroën SM for some other people. 1/65 scale, Majorette, made in France, 250, so it's one of those old ones. The old type of Majorette wheels, I love those. I just love those 3-spoke Majorette wheels. For me, that reminds me of my childhood. Not like I have many Majorettes, no, contrary. But those one was like one of those top toys you could get. Poland was communistic country, a socialistic country, then Eastern Bloc. It was hard to get those diecast models, but there was a chance because we have like chain of shop PEVEX. So they were called PEVEX. So with currency like German Deutschmarks, pounds, dollars, or francs, you could buy some things from that ugly but West. Of course, you overpaid because you know they need some profit. And then there was another way, because some of our family members were working on contracts outside, mostly in like North Africa, Libya, Egypt, or Iraq, you know, more that closer Asiatic part. Iraq, Iran, you know, Syria, those places, and they could buy those. Even, you know, flying home, you know, they stopped at some airports and they could buy those. So that's nostalgic. Those wheels are just nostalgic trip for me. Beautiful interior, very interesting silhouette. It's just fantastic. With those extra lights, that's just so cool. But I will tell you a little bit more about why it is Maserati Citroën. You know, something for a younger generation, rather unusual. Because in 1968, oh, by the way, okay, 1968, Maserati was bought by Citroën. So Citroën bought Maserati. In 1970, they presented this on a motor show in Geneva. Beautiful car. It was in production from 1970 to 1975, but I just noticed, Michael, there is another steering wheel inside. I hope you won't miss it too much. We have more Maseratis, because in his fantastic gift, Michael sent me multiple Maseratis, and I love Maseratis. I love Italian cars, and Maserati is one of the less known, less popular, and I love it. And any Maserati coming into my collection, that's priceless, especially if it's something like this old Tomica, metal. So I think it could be Tomica Limited, or how it was called then, because then we have Tomica Premium, and the bottom were plastics. But back to car, Maserati Merak SS, something so cool. 1/64 scale. Maserati Merak, Merak, that's sun. That's name of sun in a different solar system, and it's just very cool car. Not too popular, almost forgotten. In production from 1972 to 1983. Powered mid-engine, powered by V6. It could be 2-liter or 3-liter V6. Look, we can open engine cover. There is something looking like engine there. But who wants to look at engine when you can look at this beautiful car? Oh, and by the way, at the end of production, it could be V8 4.7 liters. V8. And we are going to another Maserati, which is not too far away from Merck, because they share multiple parts and they were produced in same time. Bora was in production from 1971 to 1978. It's not named after some astral body, it's named after wind. Bora, Maserati Bora. It's matchbox, matchbox, metal, beautiful, mint condition. I have one, at least one, but it's not even close to be as nice as mint as this one. And look at steering wheel and look at gear shifter. It's much better than in modern matchboxes. You know, the steering wheel is proper steering wheel, and the gear shifter, it doesn't look like cone. And what a cool silhouette, you know, both of those. They are just beauties. We are staying with French-Italian cars. Fiat. Another Tomica model, 159 scale, Fiat 119. Very cool car. I've seen it few times in Ireland. One of those, there is a car dealer, second-hand car dealer in Trim. That's a town not too far away from me. It's famous because of castle. That castle was in Braveheart, by the way. And I'm passing that dealership almost every day because I'm working to work passing beside it. And they had one of those. It was standing outside. I don't think it was for sale. I think it was just one of the owner car. It's mid-engine sport car, sport Fiat. Very lightweight. Because engines weren't that big. You know, the engines were like 1.5, 1.3 liters even. Mid-engine. So engine was there. It was in production from 1972 and 1982. But, there is big but. It was designed by Bertone. And after Fiat finished making those in 1982, Bertone started making it until 1989. And it was very lightweight, you know, it was just around 900 kilograms. Depending on trim and engine, it could be little less than 900 kilograms or a little more than 900 kilograms. So it was fantastic driver car. Very, very cool car. And we have another cool Fiat. Fiat Dino. Pliart, another interesting company there. You know, we've seen already Pliart. But we have more of those, and that Fiat Dino is just one of those. Very cool car. A very cool story behind it. Because they made those cars mostly because Fiat need to fulfill homologation things for Formula 2. So we had Dino, Ferrari Dino, now Ferrari Dino, then Dino was a different brand. Okay, it was Ferrari, but it wasn't typical Ferrari, so Ferrari started like new brand to distinguish between proper Ferrari and cheap Ferraris. Cheap, of course, like that. So they were sharing same engine, 2-liter V6. And about Fiat Dino. In production from 1966 to 1973, as I said, it shared same engine with Ferrari Dino. And the funny story is Ferrari insisted Dino had more powerful engine. No, we call it BS. Because everywhere, in every source I was reading, those were exactly same engines, made on same line by same people, and no one was just, we will change something because this is for Ferrari and this is for Fiat, so they can be same. It's just part of that PR, because Dino, that was not proper Ferrari, and then if it's not proper Ferrari and it's same as Fiat, then what's the point of it? So that's how it was then. Another player, another cool car from similar period, Opel GT. That's the first Opel GT, because there is much more modern Opel GT, but for me this is the coolest one. 1968, 1973. And if you look at that silhouette, you can think, they probably seen Corvette, so they made something similar. No, it's based on a concept from 1965. That concept was even presented in Paris in 1965. So, based on Cadet B, but if you look at that silhouette, you wouldn't say that. If you look at engines, it would be more obvious, because it could be, 1.1 or 1.9 engine, yes, 1.1 liter. But again, it was lightweight car. It was less than 850 kilograms in the 1.1 liter version, or 940 kilograms in the 1.9 liter engine. The body was designed by Brissonneau and Lotz, that's French company, and it is really beautiful. We have more German cars. Another player, BMW 202. If you watch my videos, you know I love those. And then getting play art, that's something great. That's not the only one 202 I got in that parcel. There is another one, Schuko. Beautiful model, and there is something even more interesting about it. It's 1/66 scale. It's, I like Schuko, because they can make one model and it will be two models, because as you can see, it could be BMW 1600 or BMW 202, and then there is another really nice thing about Schuko, then basic technical data, so power output and maximum speed. Those two will be my favorite BMWs 202 in my collection, because the rest is just Hot Wheels or Matchbox, at least in that 1/64 3-inch scale, because I have bigger scale as well. Now maybe it won't be BMW 202, but it's still Schuko, and it's still related to BMW 202. We have BMW Turbo E25, that's the BMW nomenclature, 1/66 scale, basic data, 2-liter engine. It was 276, I think, bhp, but in PS it's 280 speed. That's not really maximum speed, that's limited to 250. And it was based on 202, even if you look at those, like, what? Are you serious? They are not looking, apart from the wheels, of course, but that's just a manufacturer, not just on a real car. It's a very cool concept car. The BMW made just one in 1972, as you can see, gullwing. Fantastic, fantastic car. And that's not the only E25. That's not only BMW turbo I got, because I got this beautiful Majorette, much bigger, because that's 1/60 scale. We can open doors as well. That's fantastic, fancy gull wings, plastic ones in this one, and again those cool old school Majorette wheels. Schuko, and another one car, two car Schuko, because we have Ford Consul or Ford Granada, and again engine output and maximum speed. That's not true, because there were many types of engine in those cars, but probably most popular version were those two. Schuko did really nice job here. And by the way, the grill was the thing you can most easily recognize which one was Consul, which one was Granada. And the car itself is very interesting, because this is Ford, but it's not US made Ford. To be honest, it was shared between Germany and UK. These versions were in production for a very short time, from 1972 to 1975. Multiple types of engines, including V4. Yes, you are not, wrong. You hear properly, V4. And there was two types of V4, because it was 1.7 and 2 liter V4s. There was 2 liter inline 4-cylinder engine, and there were even V6 engines here. So very interesting car with very interesting history, and it's not only about car. Those V4 engines, you would say that's something really nice. Ferrari 250 GT California Spider from Kyosho. At the beginning of my career as a diecast YouTuber, I presented those. Those are the first series, and you can recognize those easily by those wheels. Rubber tires, but really that's rubber wheels. These rims, they are just like discs. You just push it there. They were in something like mystery boxes, because when you were buying, you had no idea what you are buying. You had to open box to find. Those cars were in different colors, and you had to build those cars yourself, because you have interior wheels, those discs, and bottom 2 screws, and tiny cute screwdriver, because they had no license to make a proper diecast car, so they bypassed it this way. Another Kyosho, more modern, 1/64 scale, both are 1/64 scale, Mazda RX-7 FC, one of my favorite generation. You can see here we have proper tires, proper wheels, and this beautiful Mazda with lights in the back and front. Very cool. Another cool thing, it's not Kyosho, it's Tomica, 1/63 scale, Lotus Elise. Very cool. I love those wheels. I really like those wheels. We can open doors. Very cool. British classic. Another French classic. Renault Alpine 310, and another Tomica 1/60 scale. It's a very cool car. Really very cool car. In production, for today's standard, it was long in production, 1971, 1984. Usually it was 4-cylinder inline 1.5 liter, but in this one we have V6, and it was 2.6 or 2.7 liter V6. Very, very cool car. You know, it's not only a regular road version, but this livery is proper, because those cars were taking part in races and rallies, and they were quite successful. Jaguar XJS, green Jaguar XJS from Tomica, 1/67 scale. It's just beauty. Not so long ago I presented a video with my 1/64 scale Jaguars XJS, and this will fit perfectly in that collection. It's just beautiful car, one of the most beautiful British cars, and then in green it's just wonderful. The last model, the 31st model, we started with Hot Wheels. We will finish with Hot Wheels. Yes, this is Red Line. 1969 Hot Wheels, made in Hong Kong. Those were made in US as well, but I don't mind. This is my first proper Red Line, and on top of that, that's one of most beautiful race cars ever. Fantastic color. It's not too bad shape, you know, it's 1969, so it's so old. I am amazed there is most of the paint there. We can have a look at engine. Lola GT70, known as Lola T70 as well. It's beautiful car. It's legendary car. In 1965 it replaced Lotus Mark 6. Many races behind belt, some wins, some places on podium. The Lola, that's legendary brand as well. For some it could be just funny name. For those who are interested in racing, it's very legendary brand. And just to show you how cool this model is and how cool the original car was, just first picture on Wikipedia. Oh, come on. Look at this beauty, and look at this beauty. This is as cool as it could be. So that's all in this very long video, but this parcel is very special for me. Michael wanted to ask me to tell him which one is my favorite here. I can tell you, Michael, because I have few favorites. For sure it will be Lola, for sure it will be Jaguar, it will be Lagonda, it will be Maseratis, BMWs, Fiats, Mercedes, Porsches, you know, everything. Everything here is my favorite one, because I can just pick one, because there is something special about every single one of those. Doesn't matter if it's Red Line or No Name. Even this fantasy car, that's something so unusual, so nice, you know, those details, wheels, etc. That's standing out of you know, our typical fantasy cars we are getting now. It's same time as Hot Wheels as it could be with those flames, and then it's so special because time of such models from Hot Wheels is gone. We are at different times, different type of models, so this is something which helps me to cherish that past when even those fantasy cars were so nicely made, so amazing. Thank you, because you can't imagine how much fun I had with it. You were asking me, you know, if I'm not making video to write you about those. No, I wanted to make this video to tell you how important this parcel was for me. For a reason, you know, what I love, those strange brands, those interesting cars, you know, the era of 1950s, 1960s, mostly 70s, 80s. It's a little bit more with Mazda, which you know is one of my favorite cars. It just hits, it ticks every single box for me for fantastic cars for my collection. It's as simple as that and as complicated as that. The whole thing is just amazing. I have no idea how I will repay you, because this is beyond anything I was thinking it's possible. It was very generous from you. I hope I will have chance to at least partially repay. Now it is a little bit difficult because of those tariffs, etc. So it would be cruel to send you something interesting and then you will have to pay for it big money. You already pay a lot for shipping, and those models are worth a lot, and I know it. So thank you straight from my heart. Thank you very much. That's something I will never ever forget. And for you viewers, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have some people you admire as I'm admiring Michael. I hope you have people who share with you passion and you like to share, you know, your passion for collecting diecast cars with them. You can write in comments who was your mentor, who you enjoy to watch. You know, all those good stories. I think it's good to share those good stories because there are too many bad stories and we are concentrating too much on those bad stories. And thank you for your attention. It was a very long video, but I hope it was worth for you. As usual, all the best for all of you and see you soon. Bye bye.